This balance system is called a balance system because if the sash weighs 10 pounds, each weight weighs 5 pounds, and they balance each other off. Now, of course, when you have plaster and trim...
Can you just grab the microphone on the podium so we can hear you,
Oh,
please?
you can't hear me, sorry. Yeah, let's actually, let me just, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, there's a...
It's a very good lab. This is the exterior. We went over the fact that this is the balance system. On the exterior, you're going to have the glazing. This is glazing putty here, and it's typically glazed at a 45-degree angle, so that no matter where the weather or the rain hits, it will move away from the window. Same thing with the sill. It's angled so that when water or snow hits it, it won't move off. And this is the exterior trim. So we can turn it around. I'm going to pull the table. So this is the interior. You'll see that these muntins have profiles on them, and they, depending on the age of the building or the choice of the architect, the profiles will be a little bit different. But these are muntins. This is the bottom sash, this is the top sash, this is a meeting rail. The meeting rail is called a meeting rail because it's where the two sash meet. This goes up, this goes down. And they stay because they're balanced. And we have a locking system here, which is for security, and it's also to bring the two pieces together so that they're airtight. This is a stop. It's called the stop because it stops the bottom sash from falling out. Often they're nailed in with 30, 40, 50 nails, or maybe 3, 4, 5 screws. Often the screws are painted over, the rope is painted over, the putty's painted over, the parting bead's painted over. Now we can't open our windows, or we're going to have to get new windows. Not sure. So let me grab my rope. You just need to remove one stop. So these screws here allow for adjustment of the stop. And by adjustment, sorry it's difficult holding this and trying to work this out. Let me just try to get the screw off. I have a loud voice, a loud booming voice, I don't mind losing it. This is a stop. I removed it. It has hardware. This is, if you can see this hardware, I can pass this around. It has an oblong hole in it. So it renders this adjustable. So in the winter, we want to snug it up to the sash and tighten it. In the summer, when it's humid, we want to back the screw off, move it out, now the sash go up and down. So many people don't realize that that's what the screw is for. Remove the rope, if the rope is still there. We're assuming that you want to replace the rope. In this case, of course, the ropes are intact. And then you pull this side out, and now you have the sash out. In real time, it takes a lot longer than that to get it out because they're usually painted and the stops are nailed. But once you, or your clients or your consumers, restore their windows or have us restore it, this is how easy they are. Now, to access the waist, because this is going to have plaster and trim over it, you're going to use this pocket here. A blonde man. They keep sending him a bill for the replacement windows. And he's like, why are they sending me this bill for my replacement windows? They told me in a year they pay for themselves. And it's been a year. I have a list of the products that we use. They're on the table here. So this we use on the bottom sash, at the meeting rail, and at the top of the top sash. It's a compression fit, so what we do is we route a groove here, and then we install this weather stripping. And it makes a huge difference for people who have rattly windows and they don't close quite right. I installed recently at Smith College, I restored their window, one window, a sample window, and put weather stripping on just one sash. So, I put weather stripping on just the bottom sash, and it improved energy efficiency by 20%, and that was without a storm window. So just the bottom sash weather stripping. This balance system is called a balance system because if the sash weighs 10 pounds, each weight weighs 5 pounds, and they balance each other off. Now, of course, when you have plaster and trim.
Can you just grab the microphone on the podium so we can hear you,
Oh,
please?
you can't hear me, sorry. Let's actually, let me just, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, there's a hand.
Used for furniture and windows and doors and that. They're structurally sound, they're tighter, they're more water and insect and mildew resistant, I don't want to say reflective. So an old window can last in perpetuity if it's maintained. And a lot of times you hear marketing for replacement windows, there's no maintenance, but what they don't follow up with, just replace it. But with old windows, paint is the great maintainer. Sometimes, these old windows were made to be repaired. You can replace a broken window, you can get a piece of cast iron, you can buy a pulley, you can replace a piece of glass, you can replace weather stripping. They can be repaired for hundreds of years. So yes, the strong wood, the old glass, a lot of people say, well, the windows are drafty or they're single pane. One of the things I say is, I know when I'm driving my car below the speed limit, say 70 in the winter, I don't feel anything coming from that glass. And so it's not really the glass that lets in anything, cool or dry, it's the sides here. So if you have a storm window, the storm window goes around the perimeter and keeps the drafts out. And then the dead air in the center also acts as insulation. So if you go online and look at class action suits and enter any name of any commonly manufactured window, you'll find a lot of failure in those windows. They sound. And they typically use waste wood, which is a great way to recycle, but what they do is they finger joint wood and glue it, and that glue does not hold up, especially outside. So you have breakdown there, and then, there's a lot of rot issues. And again, you can't repair them, you have to replace the whole.
But if you're a tree hugger, you know that this wood isn't going to rot. It's better than anything it's good. Well, it's at least as good as. And I'm going to get myself all wound up with this wood before I get to start my presentation. So I'll get to the wood in a minute. But just to start, where I'm supposed to start, the Old Window Workshop is a woman-owned, worker-owned workshop. I learned how to do this work from Jade, and I was so excited about it because you can start working with very minimal tools. Someone can learn how to paint for windows. There aren't very many people who are painting buttons, so that there's work, and everywhere you drive, except for right around this building, there is a lot of work that people can do right here. And so it's going back to a company that we first started with, where all of this beautiful wood was made by low-income, skilled people who took time. And that's the thing that we have. We don't have machinery, we don't have a lot of, but what we do have are people who really need jobs and can do jobs. The reason why we are a woman-only shop is largely because women need a lot of flexibility, especially low-income women. They need to be able to, work on Saturday and Sunday when somebody else is going to take care of work after school hours. Workshops can accommodate a new workforce that our traditional jobs can't accommodate. So that's the second reason that I got into restoring windows. But there are two things that I want to just communicate as strongly as I can, which is that saving old windows is an environmental necessity, and it is also an economic opportunity. So, just from the environmental perspective, this is the building that this wood came from, that you've got. This building was built in 1839. So those pieces of wood are pieces that have been in the rain, in the storms, in the soot for, you guys should use this. Okay. But what we do have are people who really need jobs and can do jobs. The reason why we are a woman-only shop is largely because women need a lot of flexibility, especially low-income women. They need to be able to, work on Saturday and Sunday when somebody else is going to take care of work after school hours. Workshops can accommodate a new workforce that our traditional jobs can't accommodate. So that's the second reason that I got into restoring windows. But there are two things that I want to just communicate as strongly as I can, which is that saving old windows is an environmental necessity, and it is also an economic. This is the building that this wood came from, that you've got. This building was built in 1839. So those pieces of wood are pieces that have been in the rain, in the storms, in the soot for, you guys should use this. Okay. And the quality of the window comparable to replacements. And I'll tell you that is really hard to do. It's hard to do, especially if you are an artisan and a craft-oriented, if you pride your craft, because that's not duplicatable work that Jade does. We use Optron epoxies, we use a liquid form and a paste form, and Jade doesn't do that. She's,
as a case study. The building, I'll get into it, but it was originally built in 1844 as a single-story community building church, and then it was raised to 2 stories in 1871. So the original portion, the upper part, was built in 1844, and in 1871 they lifted it up and added a second floor underneath. as it's noted here. It's served a variety of uses for the town of Whately. It was a school building in the early 20th century. For most of the 20th century, it was town offices with a town meeting hall at the second floor. And the town of Whately did major restorations in 1971 in preparation for their 200th anniversary. And in 2015, the town ended up moving into a new space that became available for town offices. And the hope was that they would then do something with the old town hall so that it wouldn't fall into disrepair or be empty. And the town worked very tirelessly to get grants and get money passed for restoring it as a community center and moving the historical society of the town of Whately into the building. You have to keep in effect the understanding of if you're, it's one thing to take out a sash and put in a smaller sash, which you wouldn't be allowed anyways, where you should actually shrink the opening. But to truly put in a new wood replacement window to keep the same profile, you're doing significant work at the sash, at the trim, removing things and having to repair them. So the cost of putting in new replacement wood windows, even if they're historically accurate, can get very expensive and equally, if not more expensive than window restoration.
Versus that, like new windows versus old windows, and just a quick fact, because that's all people have the attention span for, is like, actually you're wrong because this is, less than that, or this can be fixed, or I just wish there was some information like that I could just give my realtor or give people and start talking about those things. And I don't know if you have any information like that, anybody who's working on windows, like do you have anything printed out? Because now I'm going to come sit in something like this. So just something quick that I could keep in my purse and be like, well actually, this is the information. So I don't know if you have anything like that.
Does anyone wish to speak?